Hey everyone, long time no speak. It's been about 6 weeks since I've done a pregnancy update. I'm now 36 weeks. I'll just let you know what's been going on since 30 weeks. It's been really hard. I think because the baby's a lot bigger than what my other two were. My backache has been absolutely awful, to the point where I can't sit on a sofa, I can't get comfy in bed. I can't drive, I can't sit in a car. Every position is just horrendous, so I've just been sitting on my birthing ball and leaning over it, just doing whatever I can to just try and get comfy. And I've also had, I think the baby's been laying on a nerve or something, because for the last 2 weeks I've had a pain on my side, but on my belly as well, and it goes all down my side and then all up my back. So that's not helped with the backache as well. So literally I've been going for massages and everything, and been sitting with hot water bottles, about 1 million cushions, just trying to do whatever I can to ease this back pain. But it's been awful. That with SPD, you know, pelvis pain to the point where like you get out of bed and you feel like you're going to snap in half because you just feel that crippled basically. It's just been awful. I can't sleep at night, again due to SPD. The baby moves that much, and the baby's movements are so much more intense than what the other two were. And it's not just like a little bit of time, it's all night, these massive kicks, these massive movements, just to keep me awake. I can't get comfy. I'm going for a wee literally every half an hour. So I've been a right grumpy cow basically. New Year's Eve, the kids were at their dad's, so it was just me and David. And David decided at 5 o'clock that we were going to have this chicken tikka curry with rice and some garlic bread, which isn't a strong curry or anything, so I thought it'd be fine. I had like a couple of mouthfuls, and then I had a little tiny piece of garlic bread, and within a few minutes I was like, oh my god, I'm getting heartburn, like really bad. So I went and got my heartburn tablets and medicine and everything like that. But then I started to get stomach ache, because I don't know if you've been watching my other updates, I've been having really bad stomach ache. Well, this stomach ache that I had on New Year's Eve was like just the worst I've ever had. It started at 5 o'clock at night. I don't know if it was the curry that started it, the garlic bread, the heartburn, or if it was just all a coincidence, but at 5 o'clock on New Year's Eve I just had this stomach ache, and I had it until 6 o'clock the next morning. Nothing I did would get rid of it. I was pacing the floor, you know, like when you're in labour, you're just like holding yourself and you're walking up and down, you're pacing the floor, you just don't know what to do with yourself. Well, I was like that literally all night. I tried going on all fours on the living room floor, I tried leaning over the back of the sofa, I tried my birthing ball, I tried having a bath, I tried going to the toilet, I tried laying down, I tried sitting down, I tried stretching, I tried standing up. Oh my god, it was horrendous. And David's not drank for like the whole time I've been pregnant, and because it was New Year's Eve he'd had a couple of drinks, and I know for a fact that if he hadn't have had them drinks that I would have told him to take me to hospital. But it was a constant pain that I just could not get rid of, and I knew it wasn't labour because obviously the contractions come and go. This was literally constant for all of those hours. I got no sleep, it was just absolutely horrendous. And then it just went, and I was like, oh okay, what was that all about? I've had it a few times since then, not that bad. So I've got no idea, because whenever I mention it to the midwives, they just don't really seem that interested, to be honest. I had it again a couple of weeks later, and I had a midwife appointment that day. Told them I was on all fours, I was in absolute agony, and they just didn't make anything of it, so I've got no idea. But yeah, I was that bad when I went to the midwives that day that I've just begged them to induce me when I get to 37 weeks, or you know, give me a sweep or do something, because I've got to the point now where I literally just stay at home all the time, because I can't drive, I can't really go anywhere. I can't walk around like shopping or push trolleys or anything. All I really do is just stay at home. I have 2 baths a day because my backache and the side and my SPD everything, it just hurts, it just gets too much. So I have a bath in the morning and have a bath at night, and then because I can't sleep I end up having a nap in the daytime, and then I just haven't got any energy to do anything. I did manage to do quite a lot of housework the other day, but then I knacker myself up for the next day where I'm just having to sit down because my SPD's got really bad from what I was doing the day before. So everything is just a lot of effort, and obviously I've got 2 kids to look after as well. And I feel guilty about how when I was really sick for 4 or 5 months that I didn't really spend a lot of time with them. I'm just making sure now that, you know, they're my priority, and even if it's just playing at home, at least we're together and I'm about. But yeah, it's been really, really hard. And then today I went for my 36-week checkup because she said to me 2 weeks ago about the baby, as long as the baby was alright then they wouldn't induce me or anything. And I was like, well, I'm the one that's got to give birth to the baby, and then I've got to look after the baby. Surely my body and whether I can cope afterwards is important too. Whereas at that time 2 weeks ago I was just at rock bottom. I was crying all the time. I come out of the midwives and I just cried to David because I just felt that they weren't listening. They just said, oh, basically you're in your last few weeks, get on with it. And they don't realise just how bad I've been for this whole 9 months. Like, every day has been a struggle. Out of the whole 9 months I've maybe had 2 weeks sporadically where I felt okay, but like on a day-to-day basis it's bloody hard work. And you know, I wouldn't ask this pregnancy on anybody, and I'm pretty hard, to be honest. So I know I'm not weak. I've done 2 pregnancies before this and they were an absolute breeze, and even then I probably thought that they were bad, but nothing is being compared to this. No one knows what it's been like, and the anxiousness, the panic attacks, the worrying, the feeling like crap, not being able to do anything. It's just so aggravating not to be able to like clean the house from top to bottom like I normally do, or go and play with the kids, or just do anything really. But anyway, back to today. She said that she would ring the hospital, let them know how bad I've been, and possibly arrange an appointment so I can go and see somebody to see if there's any chance of being induced early or anything. But then she examined me and the baby, and I'm spot on for dates, 36 weeks. But the baby was breech a few weeks ago, and then 2 weeks ago she said that the baby had turned, and I thought to myself the other day, I think this baby's gone back breech. And yeah, she thinks the baby's breech, so she said that I will have to go for a scan, and then they will offer to turn the baby, which I will refuse. I'm not going to have that done whatsoever. And she said that then they'll offer me a caesarean at 39 weeks, so that's in 3 weeks time. And to be honest, even though I'm crapping myself about the thought of a caesarean, at least I know that the end is in sight. There is a date. I will know a date. I will know that all this is over. You know, unless the baby turns, then obviously I'll just have to carry on, I suppose. I'm not really sure. But yeah, the thought of being pregnant for another 4 or 5 weeks, possibly going overdue, I just can't even bear thinking about that. So yeah, I'll keep you informed on whether I'm having a caesarean or not. But yeah, it is scary because I've had 2 natural births with no drugs, not even a puff of gas and air. So to go from that to like a full-on operation and an epidural, and to stay in hospital for days because my kids are already getting upset about how much time I'm going to be spending in hospital. So yeah, it's just all up in the air at the moment. I have to just wait for an appointment to go for a scan and go from there. And I'll do another update when I've been for my scan. But I've just shaved my belly and everything. Oh, and also when I got married, which when I was 5 weeks pregnant, I was 9 stone 5, and then obviously I threw up for like 6 months, and I went down to 7 stone 4, and she weighed me today and I've gone back up to 9 stone 4, so I've put on the weight that I lost. So basically I'm hopeful that once the baby's born I might not have to diet because I'm hoping that obviously the baby will be about 7 to 8 pounds, and then you get the same again in water and placenta and everything. So if I come out of this in between 8 and 9 stone, I'll be really happy because that's what I want to be. So I'll just show you my belly. So it's quite big.